Hello, in this video I'd like to talk a little bit about the strange doctrine of Rick Warren and Sarah Jakes. Sarah Jakes is the daughter of T.D. Jakes, and basically what they're teaching is that they hear directly from God. Rick Warren claims to hear the voice of God. Sarah Jakes claims that God is speaking directly to her, that there is a channel, I guess, from heaven that has been opened up, and they're hearing directly from the Lord. Well, I just want to play the video and then I'm going to comment, because according to the Bible, Hebrews chapter 1, verses 1 and 2 says, God, who at various times and in various ways spoke in time past to the fathers by the prophets, has in these last days spoken to us by his Son. So we have the New Testament revelation of Jesus Christ. We hear from God when we open up the Bible. But according to these famous teachers, they're hearing from God, and if you just do the right thing, you can actually hear God's voice too. Listen in.
Just an intimate conversation with you, God. Do that thing that you do when you have decided it's time for somebody to bust a move. Open our hearts to receive. Open the channel that I may hear from you clearly. Open the channel that I may hear from you clearly.
All right, so that was Sarah Jakes, and you heard her use the word channel. And by the way, channeling, according to Scripture, that's not good. That's what spiritual mediums do. So maybe just a poor choice of words on her part. But no, she is claiming to hear directly from God. And now Rick Warren's going to do the same thing, and he's going to talk about how you can hear directly from God.
Walking with God for a long, long time, for over 40 years, I want you to know, I know his voice. And it's easier to figure out now when it's just me talking to myself, or I've got an idea off of a radio, or when it's really God. Now there are radio waves and there are TV waves going through this air that are there. They are real. You can't see them. They're actually pictures going through the air right now. You can't see it. That doesn't mean it's not real. It's real. But if you have a tuner, a radio, or a TV, and you tune in, you can get the message and you can see the picture. And the key is tuning in. You got to know how to tune in. And this weekend, we're going to look at how do you tune in to hear God speak to you. I can have the finest Bose radio, but if it's not tuned into the channel, I'm still not going to hear the radio program.
All right, so that teaching is found nowhere in Scripture. It is a strange doctrine. Nowhere in the Bible does it talk about if you just tune into the right frequency. Basically, the danger here, not only if they're claiming to hear from God when they're actually not, would make them a false prophet, but the danger for the flock is that they make it sound like, well, you should be hearing God's voice too. And then the average Christian in the pew says, well, gee, I've never heard the voice of God. Maybe there's something wrong with me. You know, the guy behind the pulpit says he's hearing from God right and left, and I've never heard God's voice. And it can so discourage people and harm their walk that they feel like they're just not, they don't have a relationship with God because they're talking to the Lord and he's not talking back. He talks to Sarah Jakes, he talks to Rick Warren, but he's not talking to me. So this is very detrimental, and it's just not something that a Christian should expect to hear the voice of God. In the Bible, it was very, very rare. Remember, there was 400 years of silence from Malachi to Matthew. Yeah, Elijah heard a still small voice, but that's the prophet Elijah. The idea that that should be happening for all of us, it's just not biblical. It's a teaching foreign to the Scriptures. Now, according to the Bible, and if you attend a good Bible-believing church, which Saddleback is not that, but if you attend a good Bible-believing church, your pastor will tell you the truth. And hopefully, I think most people watching hopefully know the truth, that our communication with God, according to the Bible, goes like this. We talk to God through prayer. God speaks to us through his word. Again, God, who at various times and in various ways spoke in time past to the fathers by the prophets, has in these last days, Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2, in these last days he has spoken to us by his Son. If you want to hear from Jesus Christ, look to the Bible. Look to the Bible. Look to the New Testament revelation given to us by the Lord. Don't search after voices or messages channeled from beyond. That's very, very concerning. And if someone is hearing voices in their head, like you're literally hearing a voice, you should probably seek medical attention. And I'm not saying that to be funny. You should not be hearing voices in your head. Or if it's just somebody saying, well, they don't mean that, it's just that their own thoughts. Well, if you think your own thoughts are God, that's a whole other issue. So this is some strange doctrine. So beware. Let's stick to what the Bible teaches. My name's Pastor Michael Grant. Till next time, may the Lord be with you. Have a great day.